Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to the first episode of the To Be Determined Sports Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron Blades. We have Anthony Russo and Andrew Podorski. Anthony, what is our first subject that we're going to talk about here today on the podcast?
All right, guys, we're going over what's hot, some of the current events going on in today's sports, and we're going to start with Kevin Durant returning tonight as we speak against our New Orleans Pelicans. How do you think, Podo, that this is going to help or hurt the Golden State Warriors?
I don't see how it could hurt them in the way that they've got something going right now. That's pretty well. They're doing pretty well right now. But I mean, it's Kevin Durant. He's the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm kind of worried for him. I'm actually a big fan of Golden State. I know there's a lot of haters out there for the whole Durant move, but I think that, you know, once you lose someone and you kind of went back and saw the old Warriors from last year, and like Curry's going off now. You didn't really talk about Curry that much compared to what we are now without Durant. So I'm kind of worried for him, especially this late in the playoffs or in the season, and playoffs are coming up. But I'm not liking it, man. I'm not liking it at all.
Good luck, Pelicans.
Good luck, Pelicans.
let's be honest.
Let's be honest. The Pelicans don't really pose a threat to anyone. I mean, since they acquired Boogie Cousins, they haven't really done much. But let's talk a bit more about Kevin Durant and his return to the Warriors. So at the beginning of the season, it took a little time for the Golden State Warriors to gel as a team, and Steph Curry had to kind of take a backseat role to Kevin Durant. And then Kevin had an injury, and they struggled for a little while, but then Steph returned to form. Like, magically, Steph looks like the Steph from last year, right?
Yeah.
Like, Steph looks like Steph again.
Because Durant's not there.
Well, Durant's back now. Does Steph take a back seat again, or does Steph just keep balling out and maybe Durant takes a slightly less role?
Durant's not taking a back seat.
I mean, we're talking about a top 3 player in the world here. I think he's coming back now is a lot better than in the middle of the playoffs. I mean, at least they have a couple of games to gel as a team, and we'll see what they do. I mean, it can never be a bad thing adding Kevin Durant to the roster, right?
No, it's not a bad thing, but like you said, I think it has to be a little like a reversal of roles here. Like, I think Kevin Durant has to take the back seat. I know he's not going to take a back seat because you can't tell one of the best scorers in the league, hey, like, don't do what you do, like, because now we're doing good things without you. Come back and chill and let us lead you. I don't think that's a good idea for him, but I think that's what they should do because they're clicking on all cylinders right now. The Pelicans are sitting Davis and Boogie tonight. It's nothing about the Pelicans in general tonight. He's just coming. I find it funny.
I didn't even know that.
I find it funny that he's coming back tonight, but Curry's not playing tonight. He's resting with a knee injury. We'll see. I guess that's just the new excuse now for people resting players. They have to actually have a motive of why they're sitting out.
Stupid.
I don't think that's the threat here. Playing without Curry, I guess, is okay, but they need to have their playoff roster in form going into the playoffs. And I guess you are right on timing. It's better to come back now than in the middle of the playoffs. So.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the next topic. It looks like we're going to be discussing Ben Simmons.
Oh, boy.
We're all from Baton Rouge. We're LSU fans.
Go
so
Tigers!
We're familiar with Ben Simmons.
He's overrated.
It's a rumor that Ben Simmons has grown 2 inches.
Closer to 7 feet tall now.
That's crazy.
And he's running point guard.
Hey, there's someone in the league cut just like him.
Who, Giannis?
Giannis.
Yeah, but
Except Giannis is longer and can yam on people. So
yeah, I don't think that's really a good comparison because Giannis is quicker, faster. He can actually shoot the ball a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, Ben Simmons can't even shoot at all.
Yeah.
Giannis.
Ben Simmons is kind of lacking in the jump shot department, but Ben Simmons, if you watched any of the summer league, Ben Simmons is a great passer, and he can run the floor. He really reminds me of a LeBron as far as running the floor and passing the ball. He's very unselfish, which is great. but Ben Simmons needs to develop a jump shot, and he needs to actually play a game in the NBA before we can justifiably talk about him anymore.
He's overrated, I'll say that
So
right now.
let's get on to Marshawn Lynch to the Raiders.
Marshawn Lynch to the Raiders.
Beast mode.
I don't know. I've heard that's where he's from. He's from Oakland, right?
Yeah,
So this is why these
the
rumors are
area.
stemming.
He's from that area.
I don't know why it's automatically discounted that it's just going to be the Raiders. I guess it's just because of the hometown thing. But he played for Seattle most of his career, right? Where did he come from before that?
I believe he was with the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. Yeah. Pete Carroll kind of discounted the fact that he was going anywhere. He thinks he's actually going to go somewhere. And to the Raiders, I think. He said he's coming out, but it just seemed like it was just the Raiders, no one else. That kind of confused me a little bit.
Yeah, I think Marshawn is big on the community. Marshawn gives a lot of money to charity, and he really loves his hometown. And this could actually benefit the Raiders because the Raiders,
they need a running back.
They just decided that they're going to be moving to Las Vegas in 2 years?
2 years.
And a lot of fans are very salty about that in the Oakland area. They've actually said they were going to boycott going to games. But if they bring in beast mode, they could get some of those fans back, right? I mean, what do you think?
I don't think so. I think Oakland as a whole, they were losing their most important team. I mean, Golden State plays in Oakland, but they're going across the bridge to San Francisco.
Yeah,
so
they're moving out of
technically,
Oracle.
the only Oakland team that's left are the Oakland A's.
They're
Moneyball,
moving
baby.
out of
Moneyball.
Oracle when?
I have no clue when, but it's happening.
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know when. But
Marshawn Lynch, like, let's be honest, how old is he now? Like, he's 30, 32, 33, something like that. Might be wrong, but
I mean, Marshawn riding that
I don't
around
care.
with the swag out
yeah,
there.
him grabbing his fucking nuts when he goes into the end zone. Yeah, no, I don't want that on my team. If I was the Raiders, I wouldn't. I don't care how good he is. I don't want that distraction on my team. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Talk to the media. It's not that hard.
I would be worried about his skill now. I mean, you take a year off and you expect someone to just come back in, and you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he has his distractions off the field, but is his skill up to par as it used to be? I mean, he is getting older now. And
Him retiring was a shock. I had no clue. But then again, after Pete Carroll didn't run him in the Super Bowl and they lost it to the pick, I laughed my ass off.
That was pretty comical.
Watching
Speaking
Richard
of
Sherman's
the
face.
Super Bowl and that interception.
And
What about Malcolm Butler?
What's
What's going on with Malcolm Butler?
The Patriots.
I wouldn't want to play for the Patriots anymore. They keep
no.
shopping them. I'd be pissed.
Well, he's technically not signed with them yet.
He's a free agent.
Restricted
free agent.
They can match any. I don't really know how football works. Do they match?
The Patriots were daddy to the Saints here in that trade with Brandon Cooks. It was alleged that it was supposed to. Yeah, it was
The
supposed
worst
to be
trade. I mean, the Saints always end up getting screwed. I mean, we are the Aints, guys.
I wasn't as mad about that trade until I figured out what Philadelphia offered us. Malcolm Jenkins. I know he played for us before, but he's a defensive
awesome.
player, and they offered us 2 picks. We're getting the Patriots first and third round pick, which is the 31st pick.
32nd pick. Yeah, that's terrible.
You know what's actually really funny?
What?
So you know how Roger Goodell took away their first round pick last year?
Yeah.
And they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
They just got rid of their first round pick again, so they're winning the Super Bowl. Mark my words.
What I mean, if we do sign Malcolm Butler, then we would have to give the Patriots that 32nd pick in return for signing Malcolm Butler.
I don't mind doing that. I mean, it depends what we're doing with that, and we'll get into talks on that later on in the show. But also segueing to that, now Richard Sherman, the trade rumors are going up with him and the Patriots. The Patriots kind of backed off today, and now I've been seeing rumors with the Saints being involved in a potential trade for Richard Sherman, and then you still have Malcolm Butler on the side here.
Did they say what we're going to give up for him?
No, it's just all speculation. So I think my thing is I would rather draft some young guys. I know Richard Sherman's still at an elite level, but I would draft someone and try and build from that perspective compared to signing and wasting potential money on someone else.
I haven't seen anything on the Richard Sherman thing at all,
it's
really.
all little, yeah.
What's the deal? Is he unhappy in Seattle?
No, it just all of a sudden the GM was just like,
Richard
hey,
Sherman
we're shopping.
said, like, if I get traded, that's like, it's okay. Like, that's just business. Like, he's not angry. He's not
Does
mad.
Seattle need to clear cap room? Like,
I think
what's
Seattle wants
the
to get rid
deal?
of a distraction because he
is
like
a distraction.
Just like every player on the Seahawks except Russell Wilson, they're all distractions. They all start shit off the field.
I don't think it's a smart move, man.
All of them?
And on the field. Yeah, all of
Earl
them.
Thomas?
Mark my words. Garbage. You want to keep naming them? I'll keep calling them all garbage. I hate
Tyler Lockett?
I
Doug
can't hate
Baldwin?
him. I hate Doug Baldwin.
Oh,
You're
man,
talking about
come on.
receivers for the Seahawks, right?
Jimmy Graham?
Oh, fuck him for leaving us. Fuck
he got-
him.
he got
Well,
traded.
We traded him for a center.
Once again, another stupid trade by the Saints. That should
That's
never
what the
happen.
Saints do, baby.
Speaking of the Saints, one more rumor on them is that AP is coming to visit us on Tuesday.
Woo!
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
So let me throw out
When's the last season he's played
yeah.
full?
Let me throw out a scenario for y'all. Would y'all rather overpay or potentially overpay? We sign AP to a contract, or would you rather draft someone like Booga or Delvin Cook and build from there? I think there's more potential, and there even potential skills like currently because AP hasn't played in a full year in 2 years or something like
2
that.
or 3 years.
We saw him at Disney World. He looked.
I shook his hand.
Yeah,
He looks
probably
skinny.
jacked his arm. His arms are jacked.
Yeah.
Huge.
His kids were there too.
I didn't know that running back was such a priority for the Saints.
I don't think it really is. I mean,
What's
the
wrong
Saints,
with Mark Ingram?
Well, why is AP
Mark
coming to visit
Ingram-
the Saints?
I mean,
And I've been reading articles.
If they do sign him and he goes in front of Ingram,
Well, obviously that would open trade talks during the draft for Mark Ingram, I guess.
who the hell wants Mark Ingram?
I mean, there's plenty of teams that need a starting. Duke Johnson's the starting running back for the Cleveland Browns.
Better than Ingram. I'm just kidding.
No, maybe Crowell. I don't know how the Browns are shit.
The Browns
are
will not be
shit
good for the
anyways.
next 10 years.
Yeah, I can name plenty of teams that need Mark Ingram.
I mean,
So-
Adrian
Steamers.
Peterson probably has 1 or 2 solid years left. Let's remember, Adrian Peterson tore his ACL and came back and rushed for 2,000 yards the very next year.
And then he
guys.
tore his ACL again the next year.
I'm pretty sure he didn't tear his ACL.
He got hurt and
he
didn't play.
tore
so.
son, like always.
Meniscus.
He pulled the Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose.
But on to Tony Romo.
This section is just a little tribute to the
He doesn't,
good,
he doesn't
solid.
deserve a tribute.
Oh, we all love Tony,
Ah,
right?
I never
Fuck
cared.
the Cowboys.
Yeah. As a Saints fan, or I'm not really a huge Saints fan, but yes, fuck the Cowboys. I'm so tired of hearing about all their news and
They're
the media.
America's team.
America's team, yeah. And now all of a sudden they're good. Everyone's riding them like they're freaking millionaires.
Then what do they do? Lose in the playoffs.
I
Shocker.
called that.
Dak and Tony, same fucking person. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. You know, I kind of like the new look Cowboys,
Okay,
the young Cowboys, right? Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, man, Dez Bryant.
They wouldn't be shit without that O line.
They wouldn't be. They have
you
the
can put
best
that O line with
in
whatever
the
team
NFL.
Cutler plays for, and Cutler will shine.
Speaking of Cutler,
We'll save Jay Cutler for a topic.
This one ought to be fucking
yeah,
good.
we'll
Cutler's
talk
a
about
sensitive
Jay
subject
Cutler
with this
later
podcast.
because Andrew's a big Bears fan and he's a huge fan of Jay Cutler.
No.
So no tribute for Tony Romo.
a huge fan of his
just
wife.
a little segment for
We just
him.
wanted to jab at Tony just a little bit. Tony, we love you.
Yeah.
Go
All right.
fuck yourself.
Moving on. Booga weighed in 12 pounds lighter on Pro Day, LSU's Pro Day. Is this news or because the media made this a huge news?
How tall is he?
And for those of you that don't know, Booga is Leonard Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, sorry. Yeah.
From LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, man, Heisman winner. Oh wait, that never happened.
Well, I mean,
I never hopped on the Booga train
less
just
miles.
to say.
I mean, think about it.
He lost
less miles.
His
guys.
reasoning for losing the 12 pounds was to show that he could. But is that really going to increase his draft stock? Or
12 pounds is a lot.
I know 12 pounds is a lot, but you know what I'm saying? Why is that such a huge deal? Why can't we talk about his 40 or
Well, he chose not to run
Let's
the
be honest.
40 at the Pro Day. And also, can Leonard Fournette's stock actually go higher? I mean, he's already a projected top 10 pick in the draft.
And he's going to be projected to suck. So have fun. Whoever
well,
picks him, have fun.
Come on, I think it depends on what team he goes
Yeah,
to.
I'm an
whether
LSU fan.
or
I did not hop on the Booga train. I don't think he's going to be anything in the NFL.
Well,
Sorry.
We can
I think the guy that beat that woman, Mixon, he's gonna be better. Mixon from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about
Dalvin
now.
Cook's gonna be better too. So.
As a student that went to every LSU home game, watching him is something special. I know it was on the college level, and I know I'm on the train right now for him, but I think he can do some good things.
Hey.
It just depends who his O-line, what his team is, O-line, coach, etc.
I would love to see him try to run over an NFL linebacker.
Well, I
he's going to get absolute stuck.
I know that the Carolina Panthers are going to be looking into drafting a running back. I think they have the 8th pick.
I think Carolina was the team.
They've been looking at...
They had the 9th.
Yeah, 8th or 9th. They've been looking into drafting a running back, and I believe they're looking at either Leonard Fournette or Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey will not be...
That's a bust. That's called a special teams player.
He will not be the 3rd running back picked. I think
he's the next Peyton Hillis. He'll be on the cover of
Is
Madden.
that because of the skin color LeVar? Was that a LeVar?
Hey, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Speaking of LeVar.
Anyway, no.
That's later, bro.
Later.
Moving on to the Masters.
Jump the gun.
We are 3 rounds down, and we have Sergio Garcia and Justin Rose on the top of the leaderboards with 6 under, followed by Ricky Fowler with 5 under, Charlie Hoffman, Ryan Moore, and Jordan Spieth at 4 under, and then I really can't find Phil Mickelson in here.
He's kind of fallen off. He's not out of the thing. I think he's like 2 over, something like that.
2 over. He's 21st. I think he's done.
No,
he's
no.
8 back. I think that's a little too much to make up at Augusta.
Okay, so let's just get on the same page. Sergio Garcia is going to choke. All right, let's be honest. Like he's done it so many times. It's gotten to this point where like he gets up there and I'm like, oh, he's not winning. So I don't even cheer for him anymore.
But let's look at the leaderboard again. We have Justin Rose.
There's a lot.
Ricky Fowler.
There's a lot of big names.
We got a lot of big names up
I can
there,
tell you who's not going to win.
But
Charlie Hoffman.
But none of them have ever really done much in major championships other than the one name that sticks out to me, Jordan Spieth. I mean, this guy, he's 20.
Did you see him play today, dude?
23 years old, and he lit the world on fire today on moving day on Saturday. Jordan Spieth, the young Texan, he's looking good. He's representing for the United States.
I think he had to have a good showing because what happened last year.
Oh,
that was hard to watch.
Choke job.
That was hard to watch, and I think he had a really good incentive coming in. Yeah. He did all right the first day. He was actually, I think he was 8 back, and then at the end of the second day, I think he was 4 back. And then today he fucking ran with it, and holy shit, like it was fun to watch.
He's right there in the thick of things.
When he gets in the zone, every shot is incredible.
Tomorrow, Masters Sunday, we will be watching. We will be enjoying it. And let's move on from the Masters to the NHL playoffs. I'm gonna sit this topic out, guys. I don't know very much about hockey.
We're from Louisiana, so don't make fun of us if we get facts wrong on this.
All right, so me and Poto are hockey experts here. We're gonna go through the current NHL playoff matchups, and we'll get a little analysis on each. We don't really know much about each. We know our favorite teams, but we don't know,
I know probably more than you think I know.
I do too, but all right. We'll start in the Eastern Conference with the New York Rangers visiting the Montreal Canadiens. My New York Rangers.
What seeds is that?
Is 1 versus 4.
Rangers 4-2.
Rangers 4-2 is a good stat. Even maybe 4-3.
Carey Price is gonna go out of his fucking mind. He's gonna stand on his head, but I don't think he can stand on his head for more than 2 games. So
I'm not liking the Rangers are playing right now, but I think they have more points.
Are they healthy?
They are healthy now. Yes,
they're gonna win.
they have more points because they played in the most stacked division in the league, the Metropolitan Division.
Capitals. Jesus Christ.
All right, the next matchup would be. They would the winner of that would face the winner of the Ottawa Senators and the hot Boston Bruins.
I absolutely love the Senators. I think Carlson is the best defensive man in the league, offensive and everything. He's amazing, and I think this is their time. They got rid of a couple good pieces. One they traded to the Rangers last year, Zibanejad.
But they got Derek Brassard, who scored 2 goals today.
I guess it's a good trade-off. Whatever.
I think Boston sweeps Ottawa. I think Boston's my favorite to win the Stanley Cup. And Derek Bersager, shout out to Derek Bersager. I lost a bet for his Bruins.
Go Senators.
Yeah, go Senators. No, go Bruins. I'm on the Bruins train.
Remember the Senators' sick team, like, what was that, 5 or 6 years ago with Alfredson, Spezza, and what was the other guy's name? Danny Heatley.
Yeah, Danny Heatley.
Gods.
All right, moving on. The Capitals facing Toronto Maple Leafs.
The Maple Leafs made the playoffs?
Young Maple Leafs, baby.
No, they don't have the experience. Who are they going against?
The Capitals.
Capitals have experience
handle
playoffs.
this pretty easy. The best matchup, I think, in the
4-1.
playoffs would be the Pittsburgh Penguins and Columbus Blue Jackets.
Pittsburgh. Experience.
I think experience.
Experience goes a very long way.
I think Columbus
in the
wore
NHL.
their hot streak off, and I think Pittsburgh's winning that one. We'll go on to the West now. We'll go into the West now with Anaheim facing Calgary. You got in that one.
Anaheim. I absolutely hate Anaheim. I'm a Blackhawks fan, so I absolutely have to hate them. and Johnny Hockey, Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Hockey.
He's turned into a really exciting player to watch. I think he has a bright future ahead of him. I don't think they're going to make it past him.
I don't think so either.
I think eventually in the years he will.
The young Oilers taking on the San Jose Sharks. This is another good match.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. It's all about experience.
I think Edmonton's the shocking team this year. I don't think, you say experience. I think Edmonton's going to do it this year. I think McDavid's playing at an elite level, probably top 3 in the league.
He's leading in points, I believe.
He might be. I mean, it's hard to say he's better than Ovechkin and Crosby, but
this is a second year.
He's up there. I got the Oilers. That's my young guns.
Against who?
The Sharks.
Sharks are going to win.
And Poto's Blackhawks taking on the Nashville Predators.
Sweep. Nashville is shit.
I think Chicago's going to win it. They win it every year.
They're hot, too.
Yeah,
Patrick Kane's lighting the world on fire.
And the last and final matchup of the first round would be Minnesota Wild versus St. Louis Blues.
Hey, I fucking hate both of them. So, wait, what? So do the Blackhawks play whoever wins that?
Yes.
Give me the Blues because they cannot beat us in the playoffs. They beat us last year, I think. That's it.
I've got the Wild in that
the
one.
The Blues make the playoffs every year and just never win the cup.
I thought you weren't talking.
Well, I just wanted to say something.
I thought you knew nothing. Well, you know why? You know why? Because they get knocked out by the Blackhawks first round.
I'm pulling for the Blues.
Go fuck yourself.
We'll give another recap next week, and we'll keep progressing through that until the Stanley Cups get there. And now let's move on to I think the most important topic of this podcast.
The NBA.
MVP race. This is going to be the most heated one because all of us, I think, have different opinions on this.
I think two of us have the same opinion. I don't know.
I guess I'm the only one sticking.
I don't know.
Before we do this, Russo's going James because he likes sucking James' dick. So.
I actually think that I have a different opinion than Poto. We have a similar opinion, but it's a little different. So let's get into it. Russo, since you're totally different, let's hear what you got to say first.
This ought to be good.
NBA MVP.
LeBron James.
No. If it's my heart, it's saying LeBron because I think he should win it every year. I'm not like one of those guys who kisses ass. I'm just telling you, LeBron James should win it every year.
Okay.
If I had to give it to someone this year, I think it's the first year you should do co-MVPs. Because I just think there's so many trade-offs between what they're. I know Westbrook's got the triple-double. And I know Harden got the better team. I don't know what weighs more. I think they all have trade-offs in terms of, Houston's got Mike D'Antoni, or Mark D'Antoni, whatever his name is.
Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, Mike D'Antoni.
One of the greatest offensive coaches ever.
You can use that as an excuse of...
No defense.
Hey, James, it's not James Harden, but it's the coach. And then you can use, Westbrook doesn't have as good of a team, so he's taking 400 more shots than the next best or the next shooter in the league. You know what I'm saying? There's so many trade-offs. I think you should just give it a tie, even though you can't deny what Westbrook's doing in terms of averaging a triple-double.
I think Oscar Robinson, when he did it, he didn't win MVP.
I know.
How funny would that be?
He got third, didn't he?
Yeah. It was
Wilt?
It was Bill Russell won because they won the championship.
Yeah.
Wilt came in second, averaging like 25 points and like 18 rebounds. It might have been more than that. And then Oscar Robinson, of course, averaged triple-double.
Okay, so to me, it's pretty simple. The name of the award is the MVP, most valuable player. Now, LeBron James is the best player on the planet. That's pretty clear. Everyone knows that LeBron's the best player in the game.
No, he's not.
Yes.
As much as I don't dislike LeBron, I don't really particularly care for him or his antics or whatever, but it's the most valuable player award, and you take Russell Westbrook off the Thunder this year, and we're looking at the 76ers. I mean, come on. Are you fucking kidding me? We're looking at the Sixers.
Who's the second best
here.
player? Oladipo?
Oladipo is their second best player.
Yeah, he's not good.
Averaging 16 points.
The first time since 1961, 1962, a player has ever averaged a triple-double for an entire season.
And didn't even win MVP, so.
I mean, We're talking about this man has done something that's
a legend, by the way, Oscar Robertson.
One other time in the history of the league, and there are actually people that said, no, we can't give him the MVP. We're going to give it to James Harden. I think I'm leaning with Anthony. I think that they should both win the MVP award this year. I think dual MVPs, co-MVPs, whatever. I mean, James Harden's having a hell of a year.
So are you going to give all trophies to little kids? That's just...
No, I said one time. This is a one-time thing.
This is a one-time thing.
There's no such thing as co. It's not going to happen. It's stupid. It's like giving trophies to people that fucking attend something. It's stupid. Russell Westbrook is averaging a triple-double, carrying a fucking team. Last time I checked, LeBron did that to Cavaliers, and he won MVP a couple times, right? And Russell Westbrook putting up better numbers than LeBron did when he won MVP, right? And LeBron carried that team. Carried the team.
So are you about to pull the stat that, hey, when Russell Westbrook gets a triple-double, they're a record,
well,
32
and 9.
Well,
no, they're dirt anyway. It doesn't matter.
Do you really think?
They're 32 and 9 when Russ triple-doubles.
All right, so do you think those 2 or 3 rebounds he's engineering are making a difference?
Dude, he's... Wait, what are you trying to say? Like, I think it's stupid that they put him on the free throw line.
So are you trying to say that if he didn't engineer free throws, he'd only be averaging like 7 for the season? I mean...
Do you really think that a rebound or 2 is from him that's technically being engineered?
I think basketball is a possession game. I think basketball is all about possessions. Whoever gets the most possessions is going to get to shoot the most shots, and the team that shoots the most shots, if they both shoot equal percentages from the field, is going to score more points. So I think rebounding is a very important aspect of basketball.
So how much of a difference is this? Say he averaged 9.9 rebounds. Is that 0.1 really matter to make it 10? Like, let's be honest. It's not even like...
It does in the record books, right? It might...
It does in the records, but...
To me, it does matter. If he averaged like 30 points... 9.4 rebounds and like 9.2 assists, I would still say that's fucking incredible.
Year.
Like, that's insane.
It's still an incredible
It's probably
year.
not going to happen for another 24, 25 years, unless, we'll talk about that later.
His coach last night actually said the same thing, Billy Donovan. He said, it's been since 1961, 62, 55 years since...
Billy Donovan's our coach.
Is he?
Yes. The Thunder.
Where did Scott Brooks go?
Scott Brooks.
I think like that Andrew thought that Billy Donovan wasn't their coach.
Only reason I know that because, I thought that because Billy Donovan. Every time I hear Billy Donovan,
you thought he was still at Florida. Huh?
I think of Florida because I fucking hate Florida.
Well, I think the overall consensus will be, I think Russ is going to get it. Does he deserve it?
Yes,
he does. I can also have a side for Harden. So let's move on
to the state of the Cavaliers. Let's talk about the Cavaliers.
Okay, let's talk about.
I know you love LeBron.
Oh no, here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna rip them apart.
After last night, so they lost to a team and the Atlanta Hawks who rested their 5 starters.
The Hawks rested their 5 starters.
They're in the playoffs. Hey man, they're in the playoffs.
So LeBron play?
Yeah, everyone played.
Kyrie play.
So
did he flop?
So
but they beat the Celtics
after Wednesday. Yes,
great.
So after Wednesday, they murder the Celtics.
Yeah.
After LeBron teased them with a little bait and
this
switch
game
with
doesn't
I don't
matter.
give a shit about the game, and then comes out and is still on the court when they're up 20.
I'm the king of Akron.
I'm worried. I'm worried now about the Cavs.
I would be.
I'm not at all.
You're not worried about the Cavaliers.
You know why? Because if this plays off, like if the winning goes through and people keep winning and the playoffs stand what it is now, Bulls are 8th seed, I believe. So
we'll go over that.
If Cleveland, it doesn't matter. If Cleveland, are they ahead of the Celtics? No, they should be.
Or
they might be tied.
They might be tied.
They might be tied,
depending on what Boston did today.
If Cleveland goes against the Bulls first round, Bulls are beating Cleveland. They have not. Cleveland has not beaten the Bulls this year. Oh,
wow.
You must be
the Bulls
fucking
are
high.
beating the Cavs in the first round.
I'm not high. They haven't beaten this year.
I think
and every time they played them, I don't know if you watched, they look like shit.
Mark my words, the Bulls will be lucky to win one game in that series.
Jimmy Butler is the fucking GOAT.
Well, D-Rose is back.
Oh.
Not D-Rose. Oh,
yeah, D-Rose.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, good old Knicks.
Dwayne Wade is back.
Oh,
old man Dwayne Wade. He came back from the nursing home.
The elbow injury?
He has some incentive, though, if he goes against them.
Oh,
he can tell LeBron "fuck you" and then sweep him. That'd be fucking great.
We'll go over that matchup in a few minutes.
I'm not really worried about the Cleveland Cavaliers at all. I think the East is
West is going to win
weak.
regardless.
I think the East is pretty
Let's go
weak.
Warriors.
The only thing that scares me about the Cavaliers making it back to the finals, because let's be honest, we all want to see Warriors Cavs Part 3, right? I mean, we want to see the rematch.
No, I want to see something
know about
different.
that, man.
I mean, I do.
I want to see something
stale.
different. It's getting stupid.
Trilogies are awesome,
So
right? Star Wars, Indiana Jones. I mean, who doesn't like trilogies? We got Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I mean, right? Who doesn't like a 3?
That's fair. That's
Threes are
fair.
great.
I don't want to see it, but I understand where you're coming from.
I don't want to see it. I want to see I want to see the Warriors and the Cavs both not make it because
Really?
Dude, that would be fucking awesome.
The odds of that happening are so slim.
Not
I
really.
think that's
No.
astronomical.
Bro, come on.
Neither one of them
Rockets
making
win.
it.
Neither one of them making it.
Rockets can beat them.
I don't think the Rockets will make it out
I
of the
don't
second
think
round.
And then when Cleveland loses to the Bulls first round, then yeah, we'll have it.
The Rockets could lose to the Thunder in the
The
first
Rockets
round.
could lose in the first round.
That's not happening.
No,
It's very realistic.
but if
Russell
they
Westbrook's
do,
be able to take like 2 games.
but if they do make it out of the first
Notice
round,
I said Russell Westbrook's going to take 2 games.
he's your
not the Thunder.
MVP, baby. Oh yeah, carry it,
hey.
ride that ass all the way to the end, baby. That's what
Okay.
I thought.
That's
All right,
fair. You
so
can call me
let's-
out like that? All right, bitch.
Let's move on to the playoff matchups, and we'll go over some analysis of each matchup. We'll start with Cleveland and Chicago.
You've already heard my opinion.
Chicago is what 4-0 against Cleveland this
Yeah,
season.
and they've beaten the shit out of them. So
Mark my words. If the
No new
Bulls win,
taxes.
if the Bulls win this series, I will jump into Mississippi
okay,
off the bridge
okay.
to a slow, painful death.
I will not allow that to happen.
But I will because it's not going to happen.
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen.
My prediction is the same thing that
Right, the
happened
Cavaliers
when the
cocks get off of
76ers played the Lakers in the finals. I believe that was like
talking
2000,
about Iverson?
like 2001, something like that.
Iverson and
yeah,
Mutombo?
yeah. They'll win the first game. The Bulls will win the first game, and then that's it. LeBron wakes up, and we're talking about
I don't know about the
4-1,
You think they're going to
4-1.
sweep them?
I think
You're out
there's
of
a
your
very good chance.
goddamn mind. If you think
The
they're gonna
Bulls will
sweep
be lucky to take one game in this series.
I bet you $30 that they're winning at least one. If you want to take that bet, go for it.
I'll take the bet on 2, not 1.
No, one. Sorry.
Well, 4-1 Cleveland Cavaliers. Thank you. Let's move on.
No.
We got the Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Now, taken to granted, this
God.
isn't all set in stone. This is how it looks as of today, Saturday, April 8th. Boston and Indiana.
That's tough.
I think Paul George is tired of playing for the Pacers.
He's gone.
I really,
So you think he's going to pull the LeBron like LeBron did in 2000 whatever and just like stop trying?
yeah, pretty much. That's what I think.
I don't think even if he
And
did try,
Teague and Miles Turner can't carry that team. So
I don't think even if he did try, I don't think they'll have enough to beat Boston. I think
Boston looks
you think
strong.
Isaiah Thomas is going to go off, average 30 something in the playoffs?
I don't think they have
He scored 30 last night.
Who do they have?
Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, Al
Crowder's not
Horford.
good.
Who's their power forward? Kelly Olynyk.
Hey, hold on. They let the Suns. They let Devin Booker drop 70 points on
And they
them.
beat them.
That's really good defense. 70
beat
points.
'em.
70 points. Not Avery Bradley. Supposedly one of the best defending shooting guards in the league could stop Devin Booker. Devin Booker.
A W
For
is
the
a
Suns.
W. A W is a W.
70 points.
All right.
Third
But
most
we could
points
be
ever.
looking at a matchup between two teams where Paul George might actually be playing on the Celtics next year. So it might be a little audition.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think Boston takes this 4-1, maybe 4-2, just like Cleveland, Chicago. I think 4-2.
I think it's-
Hey, this is going to Game 7.
I pretty
Really?
much.
Yep.
I think it's
Wow.
pretty safe to say Boston takes that series.
This is an interesting series to me. Toronto Raptors and Milwaukee Bucks. Kyle Lowry's coming back.
If Toronto does not win,
I'm
DeRozan's
telling you, man.
deucing out.
Milwaukee is a scary team.
They are.
Are they healthy?
I mean, I think
Hold
they'll
on,
have
hold
Chris
on, hold
Middleton
on,
back.
hold on.
I think they'll have Chris Middleton
Okay, so
back.
what about their second best player? Is he playing?
Giannis is the first.
No, Jabari Parker.
Jabari Parker's
Towards
out this
ACL?
season. Yes.
Okay, when did that happen?
A long time ago.
That happened like 2 or 3 months
2 or
ago.
3 months ago, yeah.
They wouldn't have gotten to the reason why they got to the point they were at is because of Jabari Parker.
Well, why are they in the playoffs still?
Because they had a really good record with Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker was averaging 20-something points, like
They're
8
40
rebounds.
and 39. I don't think they've ever been. I think they've been
40
right
and
at
what?
the
No, they're underneath 500?
They're over by a game.
Oh, if I
40
say that wouldn't shock me though.
Toronto has the playoff experience. They've been in the playoffs the last
they've
few
lost.
years. But Toronto's been there. I think Toronto takes this series. I think they have the better starting five.
I want Toronto to win, but I have a feeling the Bucks are probably going to win.
I think Toronto's the best team to take out Cleveland. I think adding Serge Ibaka was a great addition to the team. And like you said, the playoff experience is a huge plus. You've got DeMar Carroll. You got Kyle Lowry coming back, DeMar DeRozan,
Valanciunas.
Jonas, and a pretty solid bench, and Curtis Joseph. Pat Patterson still play for them?
I thought his name was Corey Joseph.
Like I said, the best chance to take out Cleveland in ain't
Patrick
happening
Patterson
in the
plays for him,
East.
yes.
Well, I think
Cleveland's got a cakewalk to the finals.
Terrence Ross plays for the Magic now.
Oh, he does. Yeah, I'm sorry for him. R.I.P. to him. I think Toronto takes this in a sweep. I think I like Milwaukee, but I don't think they have enough.
Giannis is the real deal.
This next matchup is the most intriguing one to me. It's actually the Washington Wizards versus the Atlanta Hawks.
The Wizards are fucking hot.
The Wizards are, and John Wall
But
is
you know what?
great.
I think the Hawks are too. So
Yeah.
They're 41-38 in the Atlanta Hawks.
do you now believe that? Didn't John Wall say he was a top 3 point guard in the league at some point?
Well, he probably is.
I think
I like John Wall.
He's playing like he's not
Is he
top
top
3.
three?
No, I don't think he's
Name
top
your top
5.
three then.
Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry,
Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't even think Chris Paul is better than
him.
John Wall.
I think
Yes.
Chris Paul is
I think he's
on the downside of his career.
But he's still better.
averaging like what 10
and
assists.
then Kyle Lowry before he got hurt is still better than John Wall. I think
He
No.
might be. John Wall's.
that was a bold statement. I take it back. I take
was
it
a
back.
bold statement.
I take it back. I think John Wall's better.
Jeremy
than
Lin's better than John Wall.
I think Jimmer Fredette's the best point guard in the league.
Oh, I mean, we're forgetting about
Shanghai
Isaiah
Rockets.
Thomas. I mean,
Shout out to the Shanghai Rockets. He's averaging like 35 or
He
36
actually
over there.
won the MVP of the Chinese league.
Yeah, so hopefully the Pelicans can sign him back and we get him on another run.
He
But
sucks in the NBA. Sorry.
I think this is a coin flip for me.
it is for me as well.
I think this could go Game 7 or it could be a sweep. I really don't know.
I got the Wizards
I got Atlanta.
4-2.
4-2. You got Wizards.
I got Atlanta
You got
and 7.
Atlanta lost Horford, and I don't think Howard's shit. I'm not a fan of Howard. I know you're probably not either.
I think Atlanta pulls this off with their inside game. I don't think
Who's the
Gortat's
power forward?
anything
up.
good. I don't think Gortat
Gortat
or
Morris.
I like the inside matchup for Atlanta. I think Atlanta takes this in Game 7. We'll move on to the West, and you can't forget Miami. I think Miami is on the brinks too. This whole thing can change because
Yeah,
Washington's pretty close to the.
It can change a
Yeah,
lot.
but if
between,
Cleveland plays the Bulls, bye-bye Cleveland.
it can change a lot between now and the end
Yeah.
of the season. Nothing's set in stone.
Yeah.
I'm not a Cleveland hater. I'm a LeBron James hater.
This is just as
I
of
love
now.
Kyrie Irving.
We've got Golden State in a sweep against Portland. Does anyone disagree on that?
Sweep. Get your brooms out.
It's between Portland and Denver.
I mean,
either
Damian
or.
Lillard will have a
I
couple of
honestly-
good games, but no,
Dude,
they're not winning
I don't think
a
the
game.
Thunder are losing more than like.
The Thunder?
Warriors.
I mean, the Warriors
Yeah.
are losing more than like 4 or 5 games in the playoffs.
4 or 5. I think that's a lot.
You think it'll be like 3?
I mean, they might lose 1.
I think this is a clean.
I think the
sweep.
Warriors are about to wreck shop. The Warriors look great right now. They really
They
do.
do.
And they're about to they're adding Kevin Durant back.
All right, sweep right there. Then we got San Antonio and Memphis, which is an interesting series. I think Memphis can take them to the wire, man. I'm not joking.
Do
I'm
you
not
really?
joking.
Absolutely not.
I think Memphis has a
I
chance to
don't
win
think
this
so.
series.
I don't think
Kawhi
so.
Leonard.
They did it a couple years ago. I know teams are different.
All right.
But
Coming back with playoff experience, we're talking about the best coach in the league. We're talking about probably a
Parker.
top 5 to 7 player in the league, Kawhi. I mean,
top 3.
top 3? Name your top
4.
3.
Top 4. He's the one that's outside of the MVP voting. Besides those 4 players. And Durant.
Where's
Is
Steph?
he better than Durant?
Where's Steph? No.
He's better than Steph.
No.
Oh my God.
Steph, I mean, we were
As an
last
all-around
year-
player?
Last year at this time, we were saying clearly Steph is the best player in the world, and now
wasn't
this year
saying that.
he's outside of the top 5.
He's not.
I think Memphis has
That's
a
different.
lot of
That's
veterans on
crazy.
their team that can take the Spurs to the wire. I don't think it's going to be a win in the series. I think they will push them to a Game 7. I think they're going to jump
Who
them.
is Kawhi going to guard?
Vince Carter, I guess. Old man Carter.
Wow.
Why, that's a waste.
Vince might not
Put him
score a
on Mike
bucket.
Conley.
Vince might not
Carter
score a
will
bucket.
average over 12 or 13 points in the
He might.
playoffs.
Against Kawhi?
Yeah.
Kawhi's an elite defender.
Kawhi is not going to
Well,
guard
I've
him.
read a stat that the Spurs are better on defense without him on the floor.
That's interesting.
On the what?
How do they actually, like, is it points scored against them when he's
Plus
on the floor?
minus. I guess
Probably because it spreads the floor out.
Whatever.
All right, so let's pick that series.
think
Anthony, you have...
I think San Antonio takes it 4-3.
I think San Antonio wins in 5.
Damn.
4-1.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Another interesting series with the Rockets and the Thunder.
Rockets.
The Thunder just beat them, though, man.
They did. Last Sunday?
I think this
Okay,
goes
that's
to a
one
game
game.
7 as well.
Yeah.
I think this
I don't
goes
want
to
this
game
to go
7
to
as
game
well. I
It's
think
just 2 of the MVP people going against each other.
I think these are two teams.
that's why I think
It's going to be fun series to
Wouldn't
watch,
that be
right?
interesting if the MVP was actually like after
determined
the
after
playoffs?
this.
That'd be cool. Like if it doesn't play out, that'd be
I
really
think this is the most intriguing series if it happens because you have the top 2 MVP candidates. I think both teams play better at home. So I don't think there's going to be, I think whoever wins a road game is going to win this series. That's just my take on it. I think both of these will be.
I don't think the Thunder have enough to beat the Rockets in a 7-game series.
Rockets have way more depth in their lineup. They have the
know.
2
I
best.
think the Thunder
They
can
have
maybe
the
steal
2.
a couple games, but I have the Rockets in 6.
Yeah, they have the 2 best bench players in the league.
I
on their
agree.
team.
I think
Eric Gordon, which Anthony Russo hates, going off, and they traded for
Eric
oh,
Gordon.
you said the F word.
Sorry. Fucking hate
don't
him.
apologize.
Eric Gordon's my hero. I love Eric Gordon. Great guy.
I think
Yeah, he's an elite shooting guard. Hell, he won a 3-point
I
competition
think these
too.
guys are salty.
That
He's
shouldn't
not
work.
on the Pelicans.
Oh, I'm not. No. Utah and the Clippers, the old Clippers. I think this is the Clippers' swan song. I think Utah.
Clippers aren't winning.
I think
These
Utah
guys
takes them out.
These guys like the Clippers, though. You guys like the Clippers. You
I
like Blake Griffin.
I like Blake Griffin. I
Blake
don't like
Griffin,
Chris Paul.
I think Utah takes them out in 7, and I think this is the horrible divorcing
But
of
what-
the Clippers. I
4-2.
think.
Yeah, but what about
4-2
Utah
Utah.
and their divorce? Gordon Hayward, what's going on with him?
Fuck.
I don't think Hayward leaves if they make a good playoff run. But if they lose, I think he's going to Boston to reunite with Brad Stevens. But I think Utah takes this series.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
love
I
Utah.
think
I
I
love
think
their
that
team.
would be very intriguing. Think about this. Let's just pretend Paul George, Gordon Hayward on the Celtics next year.
They
This-
both can't
They
be on
can't
the Celtics.
afford
Well,
man.
if they could, the Celtics would be instant championship contenders.
I don't buy that.
If they get one of those and somehow keep Crowder without trade them for money or something like that, they're pretty good.
They will be pretty good with one of those guys.
They have arguably one of the best coaches.
And, since we're talking about Gordon Hayward, let's go on to LeVar Ball.
Okay.
What, because he's white?
Because Gordon Hayward spoke on what LeVar had to say here
did.
recently. Oh, yes, he did.
Boy, this ought to be good.
Yes, he did. Oh,
I-
LeVar.
I was nervous coming into this podcast because LeVar had a lot of talk going into, the coming weeks of the tournament and et cetera like that. But he was quiet for a week. I'm like, well, shit. What are we
Well,
going to talk about?
I mean,
with LeVar
to break
Ball?
into his house
The
again.
tournament ended.
And then he went quiet. He went out and talked for a day or two.
comfort his son from
And then-
by De'Aaron Fox.
And the time we need him, he whips out the old race card.
Hey, don't race bait.
Oh, my
and,
God, LeVar.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
Poto, what's your take on the whole white guy comment?
It's, oh my God. I think this was more of an emotional outburst by him. I don't really think he meant what he said. I'm sure when he said it, it was like, oh shit. But maybe not, because LeVar Ball has proven that he's kind of fucking crazy. By some outlandish shit he says, like, oh, I can beat Michael Jordan. Yeah, right.
Yeah, LeVar can
Okay.
beat Michael
Yeah, but
Jordan
the best-
one-on-one.
The best
Yeah.
basketball player of all time. And when I say all time, I mean no one's ever going to be better than him. So, but yeah, by him saying that, what did he say? He said that
He said that his son, Lonzo,
Couldn't carry-
popped his hamstring during the game, which is crazy to me.
so he
'cause-
pulled a LeBron. Okay.
Yeah, he said he popped
my
his
leg
hamstring, and he
hurts.
said that the 3 white boys couldn't carry UCLA to beat Kentucky. That's what? White boys. One of those white boys that LeVar is talking about is actually the head coach at UCLA's son. And LeVar's second son, LiAngelo, is going to be playing for UCLA next year.
He's shooting himself in the foot. This is so stupid.
LeVar.
And look, hey, LeVar, look, these 3 white guys that you're talking about, they're the reason why your son averaged 8 assists per game, which is probably the best stat he has, or most appealing stat to NBA teams. So by you saying that
can we really
it's stupid?
It's 2017. We're not talking about race anymore. LeVar needs to keep his mouth shut when it comes to things of this matter.
So everything he's saying, you think it's hurting his son's draft stock?
I love LeVar.
No. Is it hurting his son's draft stock?
No, I don't think so at all.
It's not hurting the stock.
His son is a fucking beast.
It's hurting.
Lonzo is a player, man.
It's hurting the way. I don't know.
Do you think Lonzo cares? Do you think when his dad said it, he was like, "Oh my god!"
No.
Like,
he has to.
Lonzo doesn't care, but now you have these sharks in the NBA who are wanting to rip his head off and coming taking Buddy Hield. Who's coming after Buddy Hield? I know he's a rookie, but who's wanting to kill Buddy Hield just because he's a rookie and he was good at Oklahoma? No one. He's a good rookie, but now you have this asshole father.
Hey.
Sorry,
let's not talk about LeVar bad. I really like LeVar.
I don't think he's an asshole. I just think he's so fucking crazy and caught up in his own mind.
What he was doing before this was fine. You can't, 1, pull the race card, and 2, talk about other people's kids. I mean, I understand him promoting his son.
So
I don't have a problem with that.
Why?
Triple B.
Why are we praising him for this? My parents fucking glorified me. Your parents glorified you. We all did the same thing.
Well, he has 3 sons
Cool.
that are really good at basketball.
Oh, yeah. So then we're sucking him off because of it because he's the one that created them.
I'm not ESPN, and I'm not talking about him.
I know.
We're not giving
I
him,
believe
and
that
we're not
talent
giving
is
him
born with,
20 minutes on this segment, and we're going to move on right now. We
Fuck
skipped
LeVar
over.
Ball.
Peace out, LeVar.
We skipped over a topic. We'll touch on this since we're a local station
Just kidding, I
here.
love him.
I wanted to look back at the Boogie trade now compared to what we did. How we looked at it beforehand. How do y'all grade that trade, and how do you think we're looking next year?
When
I give it a
found
C.
out that Boogie Cousins was coming to New Orleans, I was like, yo, I mean, this is going to be Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and they suck. They're worse with him than they are without him.
I think there's a lot more to be desired, but I think that will come in time.
I think they need some more shooters.
They have none because they got rid of Buddy Hield, Langston Galloway. They got Omir Caspi. Oh, wait. They cut him. He probably could have started. Yeah, he hurt himself and they cut him.
I think this was more of a move to, 1, keep Anthony Davis happy. Because Anthony Davis, there was speculation that he wanted to be traded. And 2, I think this was more of a move from next year. I think it's unfair to judge because they only had, 20 games together. And he didn't play in all of them. I think they need to add someone like a Paul George or even a JJ Redick, just a shooter, because you can, post in and
Paul
kick out.
Paul George on the Pelicans, they would win titles. I can guarantee.
I'm telling you, man, you don't sign Drew Holiday and you make a move for Paul George. I think that's the move the Pelicans need to do.
But then they need a point guard. Where are they going to go at point guard if they lose?
Is playing his ass off.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Jordan Crawford's not a starting point guard, but you can bring in a bum who can start, like a Jeremy Lin.
What about Drew Holiday?
He's not. He's going to ask for some max, maybe not max money, but some big money.
I mean, if they bring in a big 3, you don't think Drew would maybe take a little less money?
I don't think you can afford having Drew, even him taking a pay cut. He's not going to take that big. He's, what I'm saying. And I think you need to part ways with Drew if you can make something like Paul George or JJ Redick happen.
What if the Pelicans could find a way to get the number 1 pick in the draft and get Lonzo Ball? Because Lonzo Ball's a great passer.
Okay, so let's trade Anthony Davis as first pick overall, right? Because no one's going to do that.
I don't know what you could, but you'd have to trade your soul to get that first pick.
And we don't have picks because we traded them all to the Kings.
You're right.
You're
right.
What about Chris Paul coming to the Pelicans?
I think he is a free agent this year.
I want this to happen.
And the divorce of the Clippers is going to be real, man.
Peace out, Drew Holiday. Welcome back, Chris Paul.
But you're going to tell Chris Paul to take a pay cut?
He absolutely will.
I think he would.
How old is he now? He's taking a pay cut.
He might have to take a pay cut
made the money.
to play
If
with
he does take a
Anthony
pay cut-
Davis and DeMarcus Cousins.
I think all 3 of them.
Dude, that big 3 is about 10 times better than the Clippers' big 3, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yes.
I think we need to make that happen.
The 2 best big men
if the
NBA.
If the Pelicans can make a move like that happen where they can acquire another elite level player, they can really be title contenders immediately.
Yeah, I think so too.
As long as they fire Alvin Gentry.
All right, let's segue back into college basketball. What did y'all think? Just a quick take on how y'all felt about this year's tournament.
As far as what made it through, it was not nearly as entertaining as last year. Well, upsets and shit.
My bracket was terrible. I didn't have a team in the Final Four.
Hey, Derek Versigy, where's my money? I actually won a league this year. But seriously, where's my money?
Yeah, I think the first round, going into it, everyone was, getting drunk and making some bold predictions like SMU going pretty far. LOL at Derek Versigy. And I even had Florida Gulf Coast going pretty far too, and they lost in the first round.
That was a good run. So
I had Gonzaga losing in the second round. Oh. They made it to the championship.
Boy, were you wrong.
Well, I'm happy for North Carolina.
Remember, during the season, they only lost one game. So
I'm happy for North Carolina the way they lost last year to Villanova in the championship. I'm happy that they won a title. It was a bad game. Did you guys watch the title game?
Dude, oh my God.
It was not a very good game.
It was like watching park basketball.
Forest Park. It was bad.
Like Forest Park.
Shout out to Forest Park. I'm still looking for my phone.
Launching threes. And if I'll tell you right now, if North Carolina would have made, I don't know, like 5 more.
They would have blown them out.
North Carolina should have beat the shit out of that team. Yes. Like they missed so many 3-pointers. It was hard to watch. I'm like, why'd they keep throwing them up? No one can make them.
So do y'all like less upsets and more chalk?
Oh, I love upsets.
You like upsets?
I like chalk because I like winning.
So this was more disappointing compared to last year, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll grade this lower. Okay. All right.
On to the women's tournament.
This is going to be a short segue. UConn's women's basketball team actually lost. Whoa. Mississippi State cheesed them with
How many wins was it?
111.
111. That's crazy. 111
Were you one of those guys who were
cared about women's basketball?
I don't give a shit about their record? Or were you like, hell, that's pretty damn impressive?
I honestly don't care about women's basketball.
No.
I know. Look, I don't want to sound sexist here, but I just don't really watch it very much. If LSU's on, I'll watch the Lady Tigers, but I don't have.
LSU sucks at everything. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're a gymnastics school now.
Oh yeah, well, oh boy, that's a real good one. But it got to the point, like, when they just kept winning, where I just was like, oh, they're not going to fucking ever lose again. Like, it got to the point where I stopped, like, paying attention to it.
Gino's the best.
And then, like, I look on the TV, and they're like, UConn loses. I was like, no, this can't be right. And I look it up, and sure enough, they lose.
It was
South
a good
Carolina,
shot.
I think.
And then
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State beats UConn.
And then loses
to South Carolina
in the finals.
Go SEC.
Go SEC. I think it's a win-win. I think that's
SEC is the best conference in every sport. Sorry.
I think that's
crazy. That's crazy talk.
I think beating UConn was more of an achievement than winning the national championship.
Absolutely.
I agree.
I don't give a shit.
I agree. I would rather beat UConn than win the national title, I think.
There should have been no one crying on that team after they lost in the finals because I think they had already won, and that was just a little honeymoon game for them.
Yeah,
all right, and then we'll talk about
a little more college hoops. LSU basketball has a new hire at the head coach position. Will Wade is the new coach at LSU. We've gotten rid of Johnny Jones. Johnny.
Hey.
We love you, Johnny. We know you're a Louisiana guy. We know you love LSU, but you just weren't the right guy for the job. And
he's not the right guy for any job.
We're going to welcome in Will Wade. Will Wade actually replaced Shaka Smart at Virginia
VCU,
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And he's made the tournament 2 years in a row.
He has a lot of talent on that team. Guess what's not on LSU? Talent.
Yeah, we don't have any talent. Will Wade says he's going to recruit better. We're going to work hard every single day.
Johnny Jones is a better recruiter than Will Wade, so have fun.
I'm excited.
I don't know how good of a
Johnny Jones is a good recruiter.
Johnny Jones is. I mean, the only player he ever got us was Ben Simmons.
Well, and technically, Ben Simmons didn't really care as a coach. It's because like his uncle or something weird
like
was
that.
like the assistant coach.
But how did Ben Simmons pan out at LSU for? How'd we do with Ben Simmons?
He brought some attention to us. That's
all.
A year and left, just like every other player does.
What do you expect?
One and done.
I'm excited. Hold
on. So you say one and done? I'm against that a lot because I think.
Well, I like the old rules better.
I think if you keep them for more than a year, or say 2 years, they develop more.
Yeah,
there'll be less.
I like the old rules where you could go to the NBA straight out of high school, or if you came to college, you had to stay for 3 years. I really liked it then. College basketball was much more exciting. It was much more fun to watch rivalries develop over time. You get to see the same players play against the same players from different schools, every single year. But now it's just college basketball has really lost its glory with the one and dones. I mean, all we get to see is Kentucky getting like 8 guys that go to the NBA.
I agree.
Away every single year.
I agree with their studs though.
They are studs.
Yeah, everything except for I don't think that makes college basketball better because I think all those one and doneers are just going straight to the pros. So then we're watching bums. Like me and Poto can go start.
We got to watch.
Then how come teams that have say 3 or 4 seniors on their starting lineup, how come they don't win the tournament?
Well, Villanova won and they lost this year, but they made it to the finals back-to-back years with high class teams.
See, we got to watch players like Carmelo Anthony in college at Syracuse for 3 years.
But times are different, man. I think the game has changed now.
Dwayne Wade.
I think
Marquette.
That's what I'm saying.
Times
Keep
have changed.
coming. I'm here all day.
I think with these young guys, I think they're all just going to go straight to the pros, man. I don't think anyone's going to college.
I hate this.
I do too. I really.
There's people my age playing basketball for a living.
Making a lot of money.
I'm here in college and working.
A lot of money.
Yeah, well. Anyway, let's move off of the college basketball segment and get to the NFL.
Got some NFL free agents.
Best and worst of NFL free agency thus far.
Patriots. Awesome.
The Patriots.
They got a goddamn
They're the
steal.
defending Super Bowl champions. They have Tom Brady.
I didn't think they can get any better, but oh my God.
How do the Patriots keep doing it, guys?
I think it's just their brand, man. I think it's
what
just
they do.
Players
their
want to play for
reputation.
them.
I just learned in my management test earlier that I took yesterday.
Did you fail?
I think I passed it. Reputation
good.
is huge in terms of recruiting and just anything with business in general. So I think their reputation is just at a 5-star level compared to someone like the Saints, who all these old people come to just die.
The Aints.
Like Brandon Brown.
Bring out your paper bags.
Yeah. What cornerback did they get from the Bills?
Stephon Gilmore, I believe.
Gilmore? It was
The
Gilmore?
Patriots- God.
They got Gilmore?
God.
They still
They don't have
technically
Butler. Well, they do have Butler
still
technically.
technically have Malcolm
If
Butler.
they re-sign Malcolm Butler and somehow pull off this move for Richard Sherman, could you imagine
Holy
what their
shit.
secondary
That's not
would look
happening
like?
now, so.
It wouldn't happen.
I mean, that
think
would rival the Broncos secondary from a couple of years ago, huh?
and you still have the potential of getting AP.
And we haven't even
And
talked
have the best quarterback ever.
who
in
they
football
just
history.
added a brand new weapon
Brandon
for,
Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Smell you later, bitch.
Oh my God, the Patriots, the rich get richer.
So what about the white guys on the Patriots? What about Edelman and Amendola? What
Oh, well, I mean,
happens?
Edelman's a beast.
Amendola might get the cheese.
Not that I care that
Chris
they're white.
Hogan. I mean, we've
Chris
got
Hogan is pretty good.
Chris
And
Hogan looked
Mitchell-
good this year.
Mitchell was pretty good, even though he killed me in fantasy.
I mean, James looked great in the Super Bowl. James White, what do you have, like 14
All right,
catches?
so related to the Patriots, with the whole Brandon Cook shit, what are the Saints doing?
I don't know, man.
Well, can I throw in one? Brandon Marshall to the Giants is pretty exciting. Adding him with Odell Beckham.
Is
Brandon
it?
Marshall's
That's
a
gonna
bum.
be-
That's
gonna be sick.
He
man.
left my
That's gonna be
big
sick.
bum.
What will happen if the Patriots make all these moves, right? And make this super team and they go undefeated again?
They won't.
And then the Giants play them in the Super Bowl.
The Giants are taking the East
Eli's
this
going to
year.
take him down.
Could it happen again?
Sorry, Cowboys fans. Sorry, Eagles, Chris Reed. And sorry, Redskins? Fuck the Redskins. They suck anyways. Didn't they trade Kirk
The
Cousins?
Redskins won the...
No.
Oh, but there's like some tension over there, though.
Yeah, I think they
I heard there's some
franchise-
tension.
Even though he said himself,
Did they franchise tag Kirk Cousins?
no, they
No?
offered him like a lower contract than what he wanted. He accepted it or something.
Really? Okay.
I think the Giants are coming out the East this year, man, and they're looking
Giants.
pretty good. Yes.
Really? Over the
Dude,
Cowboys?
Their defense is already
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
with the old 3-finger Pierre Paul.
He just signed a
Let me go.
contract
I know.
extension.
Let me go play with more firecrackers. Maybe we'll blow his other hand off.
Okay. Yeah, let's segue into the
Dumbass.
Saints here.
Hey, give me as much money as he does. Yeah, watch me not do
So
that.
the Saints signed 2 contracts. They signed Manti Te'o and his imaginary girlfriend.
Oh my God.
How much?
To a contract at the Hilton. so we can just make sure his imaginary girlfriend's nice and comfortable.
Does she have a place to stay?
She's not real.
They signed Teo. We bring in some guy from. I think the notable free agent we brought in was Ted Ginn.
Oh boy, Ted Ginn.
He's a good. He's
a good three. A good
over
three.
the top threat.
A good three. Okay.
Think
Good
about
over
this.
the top threat. Yes.
In the Saints' best offensive years, they've always had an over the top guy. They had Devery Henderson. You know, they had
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Well, not Brandon Cooks is
because he's garbage.
in the Saints offense. He kind of struggled a little bit, but you know, with his resurgence in New England, he's going to be great.
Drew Brees is so goddamn good.
Let's talk about Drew Brees for a second. Is it time for the Saints to part ways with?
Or look
Drew
toward the
Brees?
future.
He's already torn that whole fucking franchise apart with his
That's-
whole contract and shit because he wants like cuts and all that
I think I have to agree with Andrew. I've been saying for several years, look,
Take the goddamn cut.
I love Drew Brees, and I really appreciate what he did for the Saints organization. He won the Saints their first Super Bowl ever, but Drew Brees is not Drew Brees of 2009. Drew Brees is aged a lot. His arm doesn't look near as strong as it used to, and the Saints don't have any weapons. They traded Jimmy Graham for a center.
Max Unger.
They don't re-sign Darren Sproles. They get rid of their best receiver that they drafted in the first round 2 years ago. The Saints look like they are
The Aints.
Getting ready to
be the Aints.
start over. And I think it might be time to get rid of Drew Brees. Maybe try to make a move for Jay Cutler. What do you think?
Well, hold on. First of all, there's no move made because he doesn't play on any teams. There's no trade.
Yeah.
So you can't trade Drew Brees
Just
for a
sign.
fucking free agent.
No, you just cut Drew Brees and sign Jay Cutler.
Why would they cut Drew Brees? You know, they still have to pay him. So no, they would not cut him.
The dream scenario for me, and
They're just saying this because I'm a Bears fan and they suck off Cutler.
I'm going out on a limb here. I think you trade Drew Brees for either a pick or
Second round,
a
that's the most
defensive
you get.
back.
Yo, trade Drew Brees.
Anyone.
If you can get the number one pick in the draft from the Browns need a quarterback, right? Badly.
Drew Brees is not worth the first round pick.
Yeah, but
I don't give up.
The Browns will
The
take
Browns suck anyway.
Browns-
If they have Brees, they're still losing all their games.
the Browns
It doesn't matter.
make bad decisions.
The Browns suck.
The Browns don't lose every game with Drew Brees. They've got Terrell Pryor. He's sick, dude.
Hey, that's a quarterback.
Yeah.
No, Terrell Pryor's a fucking god.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming. That was fucking.
And if
nuts.
Josh Gordon comes back, and we have Terrell Pryor on one side,
he's
Josh
married to
Gordon on
Mary
the other.
Jane. That's not happening.
I mean,
he's
we
gonna
all
smoke weed no
All right.
matter what.
So you trade him to the Browns for the first round
Myles
pick.
Garrett.
Take Myles Garrett. We need him on top of Nick Fairley and Cameron Jordan.
Yeah.
And
Then
sign Jay Cutler as a quarterback.
and you use your 11th pick to draft our boy from Clemson. What's his? I already forgot his name. Watson, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson,
That'd be cool.
baby.
I'll be down for that.
And then you have Chase Daniel as a backup. I think that's the best way. I think we need to start now, man. I don't.
Do you think Watson's better than Trubisky?
And overall,
As a pocket passer.
I like-
as a pocket passer because a pocket
No.
passer is going to be better in the Saints.
I like his mobility. I like Watson's mobility. I'll take that.
If he goes to the Saints, that's
I mean,
pocket
do you
passing team.
think
So.
that Sean Payton is the long-term answer for the Saints?
Sean Payton's
I
getting
thought
the
they were going to
can.
trade him.
Sean Payton's getting the can, and we need to hire Rex Ryan.
The Walrus?
I'm speechless.
No. Rick, why do you?
Maybe he'll take a Saints truck, like the Bills truck.
You need to take. need to take a chance, man. I want to see a coach who has some fire in his ass, man. I just want. He's got some.
Well, we saw
fire in
how
his
Rob
ass.
Ryan turned out for the Saints.
He's
That
the
went
defense.
well.
I want the Ryan brothers back drinking on bourbon. We got Deshaun Watson.
Fucking right. Let's do this.
But my bad. I take it back. We signed Jay Cutler.
Why?
And we have a quarterback battle.
Hey.
Jay Cutler gets
guess how much
notch.
money he wants? A lot.
He will play.
No. He won't play a fucking minute.
Okay.
well, Jay Cutler's a top 15.
No. Shut your fucking mouth. Nope.
Jay Cutler is a
Hey, someone in the
NFL
audience,
starting quarterback.
please, for the love of God, name me 15. Name me 15 worst quarterbacks than Jay Cutler.
Well, we can definitely name 15
We
worst
will,
quarterbacks than Jay Cutler.
We will go
I mean
over.
better.
We will go over their season more in depth as our podcast.
Also, the Bears are the
grows.
same scenario as the Saints. They're
All
fucked.
right,
so.
let's segue out of that. All right, Let's move on to LSU
baseball. LSU baseball.
It's been a little rough stretch for LSU.
Oh yeah, man, they're gonna win this year. Every sport, every year.
Right now, as we speak,
I have the score up.
They're playing Arkansas, and they're losing 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th.
Who pitched?
Yeah, hold on. I got a score update for all the SEC baseballs. We'll go over it. We have South Carolina beating Vanderbilt 6-1. Missouri beating Georgia 6-1. Wow, 6-1 is popular. Ole Miss beating Bama 5-4. A&M beating Auburn 6-3.
Everyone beats everyone. Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Tennessee beats Florida 3-2.
Pronounce your L's.
And then LSU is currently losing in the bottom of the 8th 5-8. And then Mississippi State's beating Kentucky 8-4. This was the year for LSU baseball, man.
It was. Hold on. 8 returning starters, 2 top line pitchers coming back. Jared Poche is on pace to break the record for the most wins as a starting pitcher ever at LSU.
That'd be pretty cool.
And we're struggling.
This will be his.
Hey, it's nothing new, guys. It's nothing new.
Oh, so you're arguing that we're not struggling?
No, we're struggling.
Well, let's say there's nothing new.
We're out here losing to McNeese.
We're overrated every single year. I'm tired of it.
We're
Overrated
out here
in football,
losing
baseball,
to ULM and McNeese and Nichols.
I don't care about the middle week games.
Go Cowboys.
I don't care about the middle week games. I do care about how we're performing right now in the SEC. We're going to probably lose this series. Might get swept 2 out of 3, and then we lost 2 out of 3 in a tragic queef by Texas A&M.
Giving up a 3-run bomb in the
I remember you texting me.
To A&M.
I was at the McNeese game.
Yeah.
You're like, LSU's up 3-0.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, they lost.
I'm not sure the logistics, but I think this might be Poche's first loss if Arkansas holds on here. I don't know. I know Arkansas. I'm not sure. I know Arkansas had a big lead early. They were up 6-1 in the 3rd. So I think this is looking like it's going to be Poche's first loss in the season.
Still going to get drafted, so.
He's still going to get drafted. Yeah, we're losing everyone. This was going to be the year, man.
Yeah, this is the year we were supposed to be good.
We have some pretty promising freshmen.
We have some pretty promising freshmen.
Slaughter. Is that a freshman? Yeah.
Yes.
Here's who we're losing.
Guy.
We're losing our whole pitching staff, essentially, with Lang and Poche. Our 2 aces are gone.
Good riddance.
We're losing.
I love them.
I think Duplantis stays 1 week. We're not losing Duplantis, but we're definitely losing Kramer and Freeman. And Dykeman.
Are they going to keep showing his mom on TV?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kim Mulkey, little known fact, is Kramer Robertson's mother. Yeah. It's crazy, right?
We got a freaking hard ass in the building. So we're losing Dykeman, Freeman, and Kramer, as well as our 2 best pitchers.
Antoine Duplantis' brother is actually a pole vaulter. Yeah. How the fuck do you know that you've losing? Y'all must not listen to the games on the radio.
Oh yeah,
man.
and Freeman's brother is a bowler.
I don't actually know. I don't actually know that.
Averages 193 on Wednesday nights at All-Star.
Oh, our boy! Shout out to Jordan Romero for homering in this game. Damn, it's his first of the season.
St. Thomas More blood.
St. Thomas More blood, baby. Let me get a little stat line on Poche before we get off here. 3 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned runs.
Sounds like he had a good game.
2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Gave up 2 home runs.
He came back down there.
2 home runs? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's not a good stat line, but it's going to be his first loss.
Whatever.
He's actually pitching good, and I think Lang's pitching good, too. We're just struggling.
LSU going to make it to Omaha?
No.
I think they're going to catch fire. I think this is going to wake them up.
I don't think
there was no breaks.
Don't get me
no
wrong.
breaks in the SEC. There's no breaks. You play tough teams. This is the 15th ranked team. We might drop to what, 20? We're 13th now.
Jesus. Oh my God.
We're free falling right now, and there's no breaks.
That the past month.
There's no breaks.
I mean,
in
it's
SEC.
been like this since Paul Maneri's been hired. I think it's time for Paul to go.
He's the next Les Miles. He's not going anywhere.
Make it the trifecta. Get rid of Les, Johnny, and Paul, all in the same year, and Joe Oliva too. While we're at it,
yeah, we're just cleaning house.
We're just cleaning house at LSU. Joe Oliva, the cook, the athletic director from the Duke lacrosse scandal.
All right. Well, let's segue into some MMA news. I know my 2 colleagues over here aren't going to be so excited about this, but I'm a huge MMA fan.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan.
I've gone to fights with you.
We will be attending the UFC.
Look, I'm the most knowledgeable UFC person there is.
I
know less about UFC than I do
Who's
about
the best fighter of all
hockey.
time? Okay,
Anderson Silva.
That's right. That's right.
So we have 210 tonight in Buffalo, New York. The main card is actually on its way right now. I I don't think there's any notable wins other than this guy named Usman who beats Sean Strickland. Other than that,
on the out, so
this
whatever.
card's pretty weak. We got a interesting main event and co-main event though. We have Daniel Cormier. LOL. Lafayette native. He's the defending champ.
Everyone hates him for some reason.
Everyone hates him, and now he's added to that with his whole towel trick at the weigh-in. Man. I'll recap the story for those of you who aren't knowledgeable of this. On the weigh-in, you have to weigh in at 205 for a championship fight, or it's not a title fight. So, guy weighs in at 1056 at like 216.2 pounds. Goes away, is gone. Comes back later with a towel. You know the old towel trick where you can kind of like balance off your weight by like pushing on the towel down?
His hands are on the towel, and you can tell it's going down.
He's pushing off, and it's 205. 2 minutes later. So,
he looks sick, really sick though. Like, he looks like he made himself throw up or something.
That gym at AKA with Khabib and
they're a mess.
They're a mess. Their nutrition is off, and the weight cutting.
They can't make weight. It's embarrassing.
So, what are y'all's predictions for this fight? I know Poto. You're more knowledgeable of this. Who you got tonight in Cormier and Johnson?
Oh my God, I can go either way. I think in order for Cormier to win, he's got to take it to the ground quick. Because I feel like the longer he stays up with Rumble, I think he's gonna get obliterated. So
this is a huge fight, man.
He has a good chin though, so we'll see.
I want to see. Obviously, I want to see John Jones face both of these guys.
John knows Jones. He'll be doing cocaine right now, so have fun.
I really was looking forward to Jones Cormier 2 at 200 before it got pulled.
Oh God,
I kind of want to see that fight, man.
Oh, I want to see it too.
So,
but you see, with me, I'm realistic. He's probably doing cocaine right now as we speak.
I'm pulling for Daniel Cormier, but I think he's going to lose and get knocked out in the first round to Anthony Johnson tonight.
If he's getting knocked out his first round.
And I don't know anything about the fight at all, but I'm picking this Cormier guy because I like his name. I think it sounds cool.
He's from Lafayette.
And shout out from Lafayette.
Cool.
Love that. And then we got a nice co-main event in Chris Weidman and Mousasi.
What's Weidman's number?
They're both I think they're 5 and 6.
I feel so bad for Chris Weidman. I think he doesn't get the credit that he should. He's only lost 2 fights.
Well, Weidman was winning that fight with Romero
until
he gave him the knee of God and
split his head wide open. He was leaking like a goddamn stabbed pig.
That was scary.
Bad.
And then you also have Mousasi, who's 41-6-2. This guy who doesn't get any credit, no credit at all. I think this is an interesting
I've seen him
fight
a couple times. He's a real deal.
I think this division is held up by GSP coming back, fighting Michael Bisping. I think this division is in a shit show right now. Joe Rogan said this was going to be the most important fight of the middleweight division yet. So I'm just like, I don't know about that.
So what do you want to happen? Or like, what would the best thing?
Well, you have a guy who came in Bisping off of 10 days notice and knocks out your champion. Then he fights another bum. Dan Henderson's not a bum, but he shouldn't have got a title fight.
When's the GSP fight happening?
It's no date yet. They're looking towards September-ish.
Yeah, Henderson should have not got a fight. I understand why they did it, though, because it was like, the third time?
And I don't think Bisping's... He's not a worthy champion, I guess.
Okay.
I love him. I love him. He's
a smart ass, but...
He's just holding this division hostage, just like McGregor's doing with 155. I don't think GSP is going to get killed by Bisping. I think
it's just like what happened to Ronda Rousey. So.
GSP is just going to be a guy who makes big fights. He'll probably end up fighting Nick Diaz at some point, and then probably Nate.
They're both smoking weed as we speak.
They're all money fights. So I've got. I don't know who I want to win this fight. I want Weidman to win, but I think Mousasi's going to win. So
I like Mousasi. I'll take
Mousasi. All right. Well, that's our MMA hour, and now we have a special segment. It's called the NASCAR segment. We'll be calling our friend Ryan White. If he answers, we'll get a little 5-minute recap of current events going on in NASCAR. And if he doesn't answer, that's our NASCAR.
And no one cares anyway, so who cares?
I'm Jimmy Johnson.
Tony Stewart. Running over people.
Let us get Ryan White.
And Danica Patrick wrecking her boyfriend all the time.
Let us get Ryan White on the phone here. Let me see if we can make this work. It's probably going to be
This is going to be a little janky because we don't have the right equipment for this, but we're giving it a go anyway.
Hey, Ryan White.
Oh boy.
Can you? Your 5 minutes of fame is up. Can you give us the NASCAR update in 5 minutes or less?
The NASCAR update?
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, this week they're racing at Texas Motor Speedway, so I was actually watching the Xfinity race earlier today.
How was that?
It was interesting. What's his name? Eric Jones ended up winning the race.
Oh.
And
I don't like that name.
He's also racing again tomorrow. But kind of, I guess, the big topic of the week is they repaved Texas. So the track races differently, I guess you could say. Like the banking's different. And
did they qualify on a different before they repaved it or no?
Say that again?
When are they qualifying for that race?
They qualified yesterday. Kevin Harvick's on the pole.
So it was different pavement?
Do what?
It was different pavement?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like I said, they repaved it and they reconfigured it, so it drives completely different. And
that's anyone's race.
Stuff, there's been like 4 or 5 wrecks, just with some of the, like Kyle Busch wreck, Chase Elliott, different drivers that are good drivers, and they're just like trying to get a handle on it. So it's going to be an interesting race tomorrow.
Oh, well, is there anything else you want to add?
I guess just kind of the favorites for any NASCAR fans out there, because I know there's so many out there.
All 7 of them.
I'd say.
And they're all from Louisiana.
Kevin Harvick, he's got to be a favorite. Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch. Anybody driving the Ford, really. So you know how much I love Keselowski and Logano.
Oh, man. Oh, don't hate on him.
All right, so if you had to pick one winner for this weekend, who you taking?
I'd take someone from Penske. As much as I hate to say it, I'd have to say maybe Logano.
All right, so Ryan White is taking Joey Logano. So if you're betting in Vegas, please take this and run with it.
He is our local expert.
As much as I hate to say it, Kevin Harvick's probably the favorite if you're taking favorites in Vegas. So especially sitting on the polls. So.
Well, all right.
Big, interesting one to watch.
Well, thank you for your 5 minutes, and thank you for joining our podcast, Ryan White.
All right, it's wager time.
So to explain what wager time is, we have a bunch of wagers and a bunch of games we need to guess on, and we'll pick one of each for each person, and they have to guess whatever the score is, or whatever. And if they're right, they're good, and if they're wrong, they have to do the wager that is on the paper. So we will draw for Aaron first.
All right, what is it?
This looks. We'll do the games first.
Okay,
Let's
do the game first.
I think this is the games.
I'm
list.
game for the game.
All right, Masters winner. So we made these originally for us all to guess. Because I did closest to, so I guess we'll just all guess.
Okay, so we're all gonna get a guess at the Masters
we'll do 3
winner.
of them, but this is for Aaron mainly. Aaron has to do this bet if he gets last place.
Okay, so if I get last place on the Masters winner, I'm gonna go with the safest bet. I think Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth?
Yeah.
All right, Jordan Spieth is Aaron's pick. What about Podorski? What is your pick for the Masters winner, or whoever finishes higher?
Justin Rose.
All right.
That's a safe pick.
If I had to go
He's
with anyone,
actually won something, so
I'm gonna go with Ricky Fowler. I think we need some fresh blood in there to win a Masters. I think Spieth had his moment last year and kind of blew it. So I think it's Ricky Fowler's time. He's coming off a good year. I like Fowler.
All right.
The wager for Aaron, if he loses this.
If I lose this, if I come in last.
God.
Oh my God.
Ask Issa on a date. No. Ask Issa on a date.
Okay.
Issa is a girl we work with.
All 3 of us work together at this golf course. And there's this semi-attractive girl that works there. And if I lose this bet, I have to ask her on a date.
So
she's going to say no.
Well, of course she's going to say no. I don't even talk to this chick.
What if she actually says yes?
I mean, that would be awkward.
Then I'd be like, hey, by the way, I really didn't want to ask you.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd take her out.
All right. So,
I'd be a nice guy.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you
So-
can't.
That's
You
fine.
can't
No,
just
I
like
get that.
not take the girl out.
All right.
You
All right, what's
buy her
mine?
some
so
flowers,
stay tuned.
whatever.
We'll give updates on these wagers
Yeah.
as every
I hope I
podcast
don't lose
episode.
this one.
All right. This is Podorski. This is going to be his matchup. Daniel Cormier versus Rumble. The main event tonight.
well, I get 50-50 and he gets a whole poll? That's fucked up.
So if everyone, you're going with Cormier, right?
I have
We're all
less-
going with Cormier, I think. So
I have
now
less of a chance
the
than
tie-
you do because
Cormier.
tiebreaker is round, and if we all tie on that, then it's way of finish.
Fuck.
So what round
Oh,
are you
God,
predicting?
I don't think Cormier's going to finish him.
I think you're
And I
be-
don't think he can go 5 rounds.
I think your best chance at winning is picking the other guy.
I'm picking Rumble, knockout, second round.
Yeah.
Rumble knockout second round? All right.
Because I think we're both picking Cormier. So I think that your best chance of winning.
At least I don't have to ask her out. Yeah, I might have wanted to anyway, but
I
whatever.
think
You want to roll this one back up and put it
Nope.
in there?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope. Nope.
All right.
I think Rumble wins first round knockout.
I definitely got the worst one.
so
here.
what are you going?
Yeah,
what's your
I'm
predicting?
going with the Cormier.
Cormier?
Yeah.
So if Cormier wins, I have to do what?
If Cormier wins, you have to.
God. I don't even remember what's in there.
Drink hot dog water.
Oh my god, that will be hilarious.
What do you mean hot dog water? Like the water
So
when you open up a
basically,
bag
we're
of-
gonna boil some hot dogs, and then after the water cools down, you're gonna drink it.
No, I thought hot dog water was a juice that's inside of the fucking bag.
I don't.
No, yeah,
No, I think
'Cause
it's
it-
the boiling.
No.
and then-
Yeah, no,
Do y'all
no.
understand that that's just going to be normal water, right?
no. It's gonna
got
taste like
to be-
hot dogs.
How much do I have to drink?
Like
A cup.
a cup.
A plastic cup.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, and then my matchup.
Gross.
I'll take this one.
It's
This one.
I can't even take shots. I'm
it's
just kidding.
better than
Of course, we pulled the two worst
Watch,
ones.
you're gonna eat the alcohol one. Watch.
yeah. Buy him a 6-pack or whatever.
Do me a favor.
Okay.
The run difference between the Cubs Brewers game tomorrow.
Brewers are fucking trash.
I think
Do we have to pick a winner?
you do.
Let's be honest. Cubs are winning.
Cubs win this by 3.
They
think.
win this by 5.
Cubs are playing the Brewers.
Yeah,
Brewers are bad.
I've got them by 3.
Okay, let's pick a score, right? Or we
It's
gonna pick
the
a
same
score?
thing.
This
Run
Okay.
difference.
doesn't matter.
Cubs. You said Cubs by 3.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Cubs by
5.
5.
You gonna take the middle here and be safe?
No, I'm gonna say Cubs by 7. That way, if they lose by 1, do you?
Whoever's farthest off.
I mean, I say if you go over, you automatically lose, right? I mean, it's kind of like what is it? What is it?
It's an over under.
Yeah, like
But only I have to do this
Actually,
wager.
it's a spread. That's what it is.
Our scores are kind of irrelevant. We're kind of playing into whether he has to do this or not. So you want to be smart.
This is you.
Oh, this is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for me. So you want to be smart. You don't want to like make a stupid guess.
okay. So
'cause
you said you said 5. You said 3. I'll
Yeah.
say 1.
All right, so we'll do closest to. I don't think over should matter. I think
Yeah.
just closest to.
Cubs by 1. If the Cubs win by anything more than 4 or anything less than 2, Russo loses the bet.
That's
Right?
fair.
Anything less than 2.
So 1.
Oh, you picked 1? Oh,
Yeah.
Because so you screwed me right there. All right, that's fine.
All right, what is your
I should've-
punishment?
I should have said 2, shouldn't I?
Has to buy and wear an Alabama shirt at
Oh
work for 1 week.
my God! For the love of God, This will
Mr.
be
Charlie
hilarious.
will love you.
Yeah. So.
Well, he works like,
You have to wear it at school too.
and since he works
I
like
don't
2
have
days a
school.
week, it's really
It's
not
just
that
work.
big of a
It's just
deal.
work, and it's 2 days of work. So.
Oh man, that's so hard.
Yeah.
So that is it for our wagers. We'll keep you updated on our results, and we will be making a social media page, and we'll be putting this out on various social outlets like YouTube.
We're going to try to put the podcast out on YouTube, SoundCloud, Podbean, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, pretty much anywhere that you can listen to a podcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I say farewell. We'll see you guys next week.
and follow us on our social media that we're about to make. So we'll and then we'll obviously
You can follow me on Instagram. It is Andrew_Poto, and you can follow me on Facebook. Andrew
Okay.
Dorsey.
Well,
the
I
Facebook
don't
page,
really
everything.
get
Yeah.
on Facebook, so
Follow
We'll
my
have-
Twitter, EHH_Poto.
Jesus.
we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.